You're looking at the New Zealand yen on the 15-minute time frame, and I've been waiting for this potential flag pattern to form, and this type of flag I've waited for a bit more confirmation. So I've waited for the breakout of the channel, then I've waited for the retest, and what I actually did was just wait just to make sure that we didn't just rally straight through that retest. So it's meant that I've just got involved at this level here. I could have had my entry up here, something like another 6 pips better off, but again, just wanted to wait just to make sure that we didn't just rally straight through that. So what have I done here? I've only just got in this trade, so let me just make sure I've got these right. So we have here a psychological number 7400 and 5 pips above that. Technically I can be just above this double top retest here, but I do want to give this a little bit of breathing room because I do have a nice risk to reward here. So let's go ahead here and do the high time frame analysis, and then I can talk through the trade using that high time frame analysis. So if I put a structure level on here, you can see this entire level right here. We've now closed below it here. Now we only just closed below it and had a very big rejection candle here. So if I was looking for any shorting opportunities, I'd really want the market to rally up quite deep because we had quite a shallow lower low here. So that's a long way off. Let's have a look at the 240 time frame. Here on the 240 we had a high, retracement, a high, a retracement, a high, a retracement, a high, a retracement, and right now I would only be looking for trend continuation to the upside, particularly since we've put in this rejection candle followed by a higher high, higher close. As you can see, it came into that structure level, so you have a buying opportunity right here to retest the highs, potentially going a little higher as well. Yeah, this structure level here is what I would look at, and we've actually just come in to test that. So that's on the 240. Let's go to the 60 and take a look at this. Okay, so here on the 60, I'll just delete everything off. In fact, I just want to check something. Yeah, I need that 1 pip higher. I'm actually playing for a retest of the candle closes here. So right, so what happened here on the 60? We had our high, we saw a pullback to here, a retracement, and then a new low. We came down to this level, we actually came down, look left, we came into structure. So really, if we're looking at the market going higher, I'm only looking for the market to come down to retest the candle closes before continuing up, basically. So that's what I'm looking at on the 60. Let's just zoom in and look at this. I have spoken about these patterns before where we have a fairly directional move in this scenario, and we then have pretty much all the same color candles going the other way, and we then look for shorting opportunities. Now usually I have to wait for a double top or for us to break out the channel, and I did that by watching the 15-minute time frame, but I do also need this to come into structure. And I did point out these 3 levels of structure just earlier. However, if you look at them, and I'm going to put a structure level on right at the close of this wick, and look to the right, the body of the candle did not close below it, and look to the right, the body of the candle did not close below these wicks either. So technically not putting in a lower low below this entire area. And so what that means is that I can look for a shorting opportunity anywhere within this zone. So when we drop down to the 15 and we take a closer look at this, then what I need to wait for is the breakout of the channel, which you can clearly see we've had, and then for it to come back up for a retest, and then I'll be looking for that short coming down to retest the hourly. So that's how I position myself in this trade. I have given myself a bit more breathing room in terms of the stop. I've gone 5 pips above that 7400 psychological number. So let's just draw this out. So in terms of risk, this is what we're looking at. And because this is a 1 in 1 out, there's no reason here to go for extended targets. We don't have a potential rotation, we don't have an initial structure low, we held structure. This is just simply playing this pattern, and this type of pattern I can only go for 1 targets anyway. I've not been able to make 2 targets profitable, so here we go. 17 pips of risk, 28 of reward. Let's just go back down to the 15 and we'll leave it on the 15, and fingers crossed we can get down here. Now technically, because this pattern is on the 15, I would usually play for a retest of the lows, but because overall I would be looking for bullish opportunities, and I'm really just looking for a smaller reaction here. I don't want to play for those extended targets. I want to play for the closes of the hourly candles. Be a little bit safer there in terms of my target taking. Still have a very nice risk to reward here. What have I got? I've got more than a 1 to a 1.5, so very pleased with that. I will set an alert and see if we can get to within a few pips of target. I'll then be able to move to break even. And we're back for the final update on this trade, and as you can see, unfortunately I was stopped out on this trade literally to the pip. I absolutely hate it when this happens. In fact, it looks as though the spread got me. 74.04, yeah, 74.04 is where price came to. My stop was at 74.05, and then it rolled over quite nicely to hit targets. Let's have a look at the 60. Yeah, you can see on the 60 we had those spikes, those big spikes, just back to the 15. We had the retest. The retest actually went higher and closed above what a double top or a retest would usually do in this scenario, and it just stopped me out by 1 pip. Absolutely hate it when that happens. Nothing I could have done. My stop was, for me, in the right place with these trades. Just stopped out this time.